You know it.
You tell this story.
You tell the whole damn world this is Bear territory.
Woo! All right, let's go Bears. Did a member of the Cal track and field team recently break the all-time school record in the pole vault at the NCAA Indoor Championships? And did a Cal gymnast do something that's never been done before in the history of the conference at the ACC Championships? The Cal women are getting it done on the field and in the gym. And today, you're definitely going to want to stay tuned to meet two sensational Cal women student athletes who are doing a great job of repping the blue and gold. Welcome to Tell the Whole Damn World. It's Monday, March 30th, 2026. The number one ranked Cal varsity rugby team beat St. Mary's 66-35 on Saturday to finish the regular season unbeaten. And it's another great day to be a Bear. I'm your host, Reza Serafinijad. We appreciate you tuning in. We're the podcast that celebrates all things Cal. We produce on-camera interviews with the prominent people who are passionate about our university and our sports teams. If you're unabashedly and unapologetically all about Cal, you've found the right place. We hope to put a smile on your face and help you come away feeling good about your connection to the greatest university on the planet. If you like what we're doing here with the podcast, please do us a favor and like and subscribe. That helps us more than you know. And please spread the word by telling the whole damn world about us. We're giving Ahmad a much-needed break this week so he can focus on running for mayor of Richmond, so I'm going to do my best to fly solo today. But I've got to tell you, I am beyond ecstatic to be able to introduce you to two incredible young women at Cal who are doing spectacular things in their respective sports. Tonya Paulsson is a freshman on the Cal gymnastics team, and Sahaida is a senior pole vaulter on the Cal track and field team. And we've got both of them with us here on the show today. We won't waste any more time, so sit tight and let's get to know Tonya and Ali. We're going to lead into our interview with a couple of quick clips to show you what they do.
This is a highlight coming up right here. This is Tonya Paulsson, one of the most stunning bar workers I've ever seen. Oh, my.
Pulls that handstand.
Oh,
That is greatness right there.
just magic.
A freshman in the anchor spot.
It is the NCAA Track and Field Championships, the Natty.
Today, we are super excited to welcome two young women to the show who happen to be sensational student athletes here at Cal. You may have heard me tell you a little bit about them in our Cal Sports Reports, but given the magnitude of their recent accomplishments, we invited them to be on the show so you could hear from them firsthand and get to know them a little better. And there's no other way to say it. Tonya Paulsson and Sahaida are Golden Bear superstars in their respective sports. Tonya is the freshman gymnast who was named ACC Newcomer of the Year after winning the uneven bars and all-around titles at the ACC Championships in Greensboro, North Carolina. She is the first freshman in conference history to win the all-around at the ACC Championships, scoring a 39.425. Tonya earned all ACC honors for uneven bars and the floor, has racked up 21 event titles and 32 podium finishes so far this season, and is ranked 5th in the nation on uneven bars and 15th in the all-around. She comes to us from Sweden, where she was absolutely phenomenal in European competition. The Cal women's gymnastics team earned the number 14 overall seed in the 2026 NCAA Championships, and as part of the team, she'll compete in the Tempe Regional beginning April 2nd. And Sahaida is the senior pole vaulter on the Cal track and field team who crushed her school record and established a brand new Golden Bear record at the NCAA Indoor Championships in Fayetteville, Arkansas. She cleared 14 feet, 11 and a half inches, soaring to a fifth place finish in a field that was widely recognized as the best field ever assembled at the Indoor Championships. And that's the best indoor finish by a pole vaulter in Cal history. Allie went undefeated during the regular season and finished the year ranked in a tie for number 1 in the ACC. She's now only the second indoor first-team All-American pole vaulter in program history, and she'll open her outdoor season this Saturday in LA at the Jim Bush Legends Meet. She's currently ranked tied for number 2 in Cal history in outdoor competition. We couldn't be more excited and honored to have both of them with us here today. Welcome to the show. We appreciate you making the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I get all excited. I love doing those introductions because I mean what you both have done is just absolutely phenomenal, and super excited and very honored that you're making the time to spend with us here today. So, right off the bat, I just got to ask, what inspired you both to get into your respective sports, and at what age did you first start getting into it?
Um, for me, it wasn't like I decided to go. I grew up living in an apartment, and so my neighbor, she was a gymnastics coach, and her daughter and me were playing on the playground, and she was like, "Wow, Tanya's very strong and flexible. She should try gymnastics." So she brought me and my parents to the gym, and I stuck with it. And I was 8 years old, so I wasn't even that young for being a gymnast.
Wow, yeah, I mean, normally, I mean, you hear a lot of gymnasts actually start at an even earlier age. So,
Like
wow,
3-year-olds.
right, right,
Yeah.
8 years. Wow, that's surprising, huh? And yeah, what about you, Allie?
I started pole vaulting at the end of my freshman year of high school. I was actually doing soccer for most of my life, and then I just did track, like, in general to stay in shape, and then I was just gonna do long jump, it's something, like, you can kind of just jump into, and then the pole vault coach was like, "Oh, you're really tall and kind of fast, so maybe you should try this," and yeah, it worked out well, I guess.
I mean, it just seems like pole vaulting in particular is something that's like, a little intimidating, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, a lot of people have, like, siblings or, like, parents that did it, and that's how they got into it, but, yeah, it was honestly just by chance for me.
wow. Yeah, I mean, because, I just always think to myself, I mean, you also kind of can't be too afraid of heights, right? I mean, you're launching yourself up there, and I mean,
Yeah, yeah, I'm honestly kind of afraid of heights, but you just don't realize it, I guess, when you're in control of it.
I guess it all kind of happens in the blink of an eye when you do it. But
Yeah.
there's a great picture of you, coming down after you set that record, and you're all smiles on your way down, and that's just
Yeah,
got to imagine it's a pretty exhilarating feeling. But
for sure.
yeah, so when you think about your sports, I mean, and gymnastics, of course, is just so difficult, to really get to the level that you've gotten to here, Tanya. I mean, what's one thing that people don't realize about your sport that you would say is kind of the hardest part of it?
I'd say the mental aspect of the sport. I mean, my body can feel so good. I'm ready, rested, fueled, and I go on the beam and I fall 10 times and I'm like, what's wrong? Like it changes every day and you can't even explain it. Like sometimes the coach will be like, just do this, just straighten your leg, just jump higher. And I'm trying, but I can't do it. And you get lost too. Like twisting and stuff, that's so hard. That's my issues. So I'm trying my best, but you get lost like a 1.5 twist. Like, what is that? So that's hard.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, especially on the beam, because that's always the one. I mean, like the vault is over like in an instant, right? It's
Yeah.
just over, and you're really, really good at uneven bars, and the floor, of course, is just incredible to watch. But you have a lot of control over that. But the beam is just like it's kind of nerve wracking, at least for me
Yeah.
when I'm watching it, because it's like, oh my gosh, like, just that's kind of interesting to think that you the mental aspect, like you say, of it, that you're kind of going through all of that just like everybody else watching it. What about you, Allie? I mean, with pole vault, I mean, I I can't even imagine, but I guess I'll let you talk about what would you say is the hardest part of your sport?
I'd say it's probably pretty similar to gymnastics. It's very mental and, like, the progress is not usually linear, so, like, you'll have to go backwards a lot before you can really go forwards. Like, for me personally, I had my first 3 years at Cal, I didn't, like, get a new PR or anything, and, like, obviously, there's people that have been in that position too, but it is hard to go through, and it's hard to stay motivated. So, yeah, I guess that's what I could say is that it's not linear, and you definitely have to go backwards before you can go forwards.
Yeah. Well, I mean, gosh, I mean, I gotta just think like when you're doing that pole vault and you're running down, trying to get as much speed as you can, and how all of that kind of comes together. And
Yeah,
because you gotta, there's so many elements that are involved with it too, right? Like placing the poles in just the right exact location and everything too.
yeah. You kinda just have to, like, think about your few pointers and then just let everything else kind of fall into place, like, your body knows what to do, but definitely it's, like, so technique based that it's, like, if you're working on one thing in practice, it might not make you jump higher right away, and, like, another thing is that, like, with vertical jumps in general, like, you can have a really good jump, but still the bar comes down, and that can make you, like, jump lower in a meet, so that's another factor for sure that I think a lot of vertical jumpers can feel that.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just another question I'm just thinking about, but like, what does your day look like in terms of like when you're training? Like, how early do you get up? Can you walk us through what that looks like for you both?
I wake up, well, practice is at 8 in the morning, so I try to sleep in as long as I can. So maybe alarm at 7:15, and then I just wake up, scoot to practice, and we usually just, roll out, stretch, and then we start warm-ups. Well, first we usually have our coach. She will like show a video, usually motivational or something like that. And then we start warm-ups, running, stretching, core training, anything. And then we have our events. We usually do 3 events per day. And so we switch the leg events, floor and vault like every other day, but bars and beam every day. And then we have, depends on the day, but 30 to 45 minutes per event. And then we move on and then usually stretch. And then after that, we scoot to the stadium to have strength and weights with our lift coach. And then that's basically the training we do almost every day. And then I have school the rest of the day.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that, I mean, hey, when I went to Cal, I barely got out of Cal, it feels like, and I didn't do any competitive sports. And it's like,
Mm,
I'm just always in awe of student athletes who can balance all of that. You got to be really good at time management and multitasking, I guess, right?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And what about you, Allie?
Yeah, so our luckily, our practices aren't in the morning, but they're at, like, usually 2 and then followed by a lift session, 3 to 4 times a week. And then, yeah, usually I have my classes before because honestly, if I go to class after, like, I'm just so exhausted that it's hard to, like, stay focused, but yeah, usually I go to school, like, early. I don't mind 8 a.m. classes, and then after that, I finish with practice.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I can imagine because it's just got to take a lot out of you. And I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Tanya, but doing all that stuff in the morning and then having class, that seems like, yeah, I don't know
Ugh.
how you manage all that.
I mean, the main thing for me is that I don't like to be sweaty and smelly. So after practice, I don't want to, sit down in a classroom and be all stinky.
That's funny. One little question for you just on the side there, Tanya. How did you hear about Cal? Like, how did you come to us from Sweden?
Well, Justin and Liz, like the older coaches,
Uh-huh.
they reached out to me 2021, like on Instagram DM, and was like, "Hi, are you interested in NCAA?" And I said no. Because I had my plans. Like, I was going to study in Sweden and do my elite career and then just be done. But then I got knee surgery like 2023, and I couldn't do gymnastics for a long time, like 3 months. I was just in my bed. And I had a
Oh, wow.
dream that I went to Cal, and I woke up and I got another message from Justin saying, "Hi, are you interested?" Like asking again. And I was like, "Wait." So I told my mom. She said, "Well, that's a sign." So then I was like, "Yeah, I actually am." And I went on a visit, and now I'm here.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's great. Well, we're so glad to have you. And Allie, you're from California, right?
I'm actually from the Sacramento area. But yeah, I had coaches in high school that really advocated for me because I hadn't jumped super high in high school when I was getting recruited by Cal, just because I had like amazing coaches that were like, no, she's gonna be really good. Like, just wait. So yeah, I was lucky enough to have that. And then yeah, I took my visit and I really liked how close it was actually. Like, I wasn't ready to move super far away. And yeah, I'm glad I did.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I mean, setting the program record, we're so glad that you decided to come to Cal. That's for sure. So, talking about your recent accomplishments here at the ACC championships and at the NCAA championships, can you talk to us a little bit about what was going through your mind when you won the all around there at the ACC championships, Tanya?
Going into ACCs, I mean, I've had a great season. Like, I'm shocked. I know I can do good gymnastics, but it's also hard to actually do it in front of, judges and everyone here. And so I didn't have any expectations. I just wanted to perform and take one event at a time. And we started on bars, which is my best event, and I did good. And then we had beam, which I've been struggling a little bit on. And I knew I had to hit to be in contention for anything. And I did. So I was like, okay, we're fine. Floor and vault, I can do that. And I think I just enjoyed being out like in the arena with my team and having fun because every day we're so focused on being perfect. So I just want to enjoy it.
Oh, that's a great attitude to have and kind of taking it one little step at a time, right? And I guess it
Yeah.
helps that, you were to start off with uneven bars because, considering you're just super good at that one in particular, that kind of helped kind of set the stage for you to knock out all the others as well. That's
Yeah.
cool. And what about you, Allie? I mean, it seems to me like, there's a lot of pressure that you must just be going through mentally as you're competing against all these other incredibly talented athletes. And, then you have your opportunity to get out there. And can you walk us through your whole mentality and what was going through your mind and crushing your own record and setting that new program record in pole vault?
Yeah, honestly, I was shocked also, like, because I had PR'd again before that bar, so at least at NCAA, so I was, like, hadn't fully processed that, and then, like, the meets go so fast that you kinda just have to balance, like, being excited, but also, like, "Oh, I still wanna jump higher," and then once I finally finished and, like, could process everything, it was just very, like, reassuring because it's easy to get imposter syndrome and stuff with, like, so many good competitors and that like, I've heard of them, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you guys seem kind of famous to me. You guys are jumping 15 feet and, like, higher," and, so it's definitely easy to get caught up in that, but like I said, like, pole vault is such a mental sport that having confidence is really valuable, and I feel like it helped to that.
Well, it's interesting in your career because you're a senior now. Like you had mentioned, I guess in your previous 3 years, you didn't really, come close to doing what you're doing this year. But everything has really clicked for you this season, right? Just everything has really come together.
Yeah.
It's just super impressive.
Thank you.
The last question I have for both of you is, what are you both enjoying the most about being a student athlete here at Cal?
For me, I'd say just the resources. I mean, school is hard. Obviously, we go to Berkeley, like amazing, but we have tutoring and academic advisors who are very helpful. And also for me, just having a team. I've never had that before. Gymnastics, well, I guess pole vaulting too. Like you're kind of alone, individual, But here I have my whole team cheering for me when I'm on the beam, when I'm swinging on the bars. It's just amazing because even when I'm tired, like they're behind me and they want me to do good. So just having a good team.
Yeah. Seeing women's gymnastics and you get to put that bear head on and dance
Well,
around and goes.
I don't do that because I'm afraid of germs. So I just hold it up and I jump. I don't want to cover my face. But I like the concept of it.
That's so funny. It's true. I mean, yeah, that bear head's been used for a long time, probably.
Yeah. There's makeup inside of it. Yeah.
That is hilarious. And yeah, what about you, Allie? I mean, especially being a senior now, I mean, you can really speak to this, I'd imagine, being here 4 years, right? What are you enjoying most about being a student athlete here at Cal?
Yeah, I'd say the same thing is like the team really makes it like all the difference. Like this year especially, I feel like I've connected so much with everyone, and like I was actually alone at the NCAA championships. It was just me and my coach there, but they were still so supportive. Like they were texting me day of my competition, like cheering me on. So I'm like, it's really the best you could ask for, honestly.
That's awesome for sure. Well, gosh, I mean, it sounds like good recruiting pitch from both of you for any other prospective student athletes who want to come to Cal, right? Some good stuff. Well, hey, I want to thank both of you for making the time today. And I got to say, you're both so inspiring. And if I have just one little nugget of wisdom to pass along, with a huge thank you to David Ortega and Ahmad for articulating this in an earlier episode, it's just that Cal is a very special place. And I want to encourage both of you to take full advantage of your opportunities here. And wherever you go in life, you'll always be golden bears. And that means a lot in this world, right? I mean, you may be walking down the street someday in some faraway place and you'll hear someone say, "Go Bears." And you'll immediately feel connected. And that feeling's going to last with you a lifetime. But yeah, you have just tremendously bright futures ahead of you. And I wish you both the best of luck as you continue on. And I'm just so honored and appreciative that you've made the time to spend with us here today on the show.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We appreciate all of you out there listening and watching. And remember, if you live in Richmond, please give your vote to my co-host, Ahmad Anderson, to be the next mayor of Richmond. There's no question he will do wonders for the city of pride and purpose. This podcast is entirely a labor of love and a reflection of how much we love our university. Please help grow this podcast by telling the whole damn world about us. Just tell your friends to go to tellthewholedamnworld.com. And you can always go to our YouTube channel to watch any of our previous episodes. We celebrate all things Cal and the prominent people who are passionate about the University of California. Do you feel Cal is the center of the universe? Do you bleed blue and gold? We want you to tell the whole damn world about it. Go Bears!
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
You know it.